What's up, beautiful people? My name is Smooth, and I welcome you to the And So It Is podcast, my safe space to grow, explore, and express myself. And for some reason tonight, every time I'm saying S's or X's, it feels like I'm whistling. But if I spend 3 more seconds here, I'm not going to do this. So, without any more excuses, let's hop right into this episode, shall we? I am going to be sharing some practical things that I do and tap into my feminine. This video is for the women that are aware that there is so much more power in our femininity than there is in our strong, independent, I can do it all by myself energy. This isn't for the girlies that don't need no help. And that's by any means. Because, baby, if somebody's offering the help, I'm going to definitely take the help. And it has made my life so much easier. And I am here to help you, sis, because look, wait a minute. I get it how I live it. Count the digits, okay? In this episode, I'm going to be sharing practical things that I have started doing or I have been doing to really tap into my feminine energy, because when I was in the stage of I'm independent, I'm strong, I can do it all, I was stressed, depressed. I was all of those things. And once I really started accepting help, I have been able to breathe. I have been able to sit back, relax, and enjoy myself, allow others to enjoy me, and to enjoy others as well. I think people discredit how much we need each other, how much we need each other to survive and to thrive. So once I started not being the person always jumping to help someone, and if I have to let them figure it out themselves, then I'll do that. But once I really tapped into myself and realized that I'm just a girl and I'm just living in my world, I've been, in a sense, liberated. Honestly, I've been liberated. So, a little bit about my femininity journey. I have not always been this way. I mean, as a child, I was the girl with the nails, the girl with the hats, the clothes. I was stepping, okay? And then, of course, you grow up and what you've seen starts to shape who you are. What you experience shapes who you are, and things that you learned about yourself tends to shape who you ultimately are, until, ta-da, you reach a point where you realize there is so much more for me once I take a step back and just let things unfold, rather than trying to always have my hand trying to always have my hand in something and then ending up messing up something. Okay? You don't always have to have your hand in everything. One, to be affected by it, and two, to see an outcome. You don't. Just breathe, baby. Just breathe, okay? Once I got older, I would say I started this journey. I was so confused. I got tired of having the conversation with people of me honestly not apologizing because I didn't mean it in that kind of way, but someone always taking it that way. So when I say that, I don't say that to mean that now everybody picks up what I'm putting down all the time. No, I still encounter people that are just resistant to me. And that's everybody, because not one person is loved by everyone. And if that's your goal, please find yourself. That's just the truth. And as long as my intention and my tone, that was always my biggest thing, was my tone. But once my intention and my tone are lined up, and versus me sitting here trying to talk to you like this and you're really not getting it, which I don't understand why, but I'm just simply trying to communicate. I do understand if right now isn't the right time for this type of information. Maybe we can circle back, you know? So once I really started dialing into different ways to communicate, I started observing things that I was doing and things that were coming across me that I was trying. That leads us right into our first practical hack on tapping into our femininity. Raise your standards. When I first started raising my standards, it started with me. I had to tell myself, okay, the person you now are, or the person you are right now, they do not tolerate this. They do not accept this, and this does not go over well in their life. Okay. Prime example, my boundaries. I had to raise my standards on my boundaries. I've always had the same boundaries, but in the past, I was more likely to flex on those boundaries. Now, baby, we're going to have to step to the, if you want to cross these boundaries and think you're going to remain in my energy. It really had to start with myself. When I set a boundary, that goes for the people around me, but mainly that goes for myself. So negative talk, I do not tolerate. I do not accept. If someone around me is talking negatively about themselves, they got 2 comments. That second comment, I'm going to say something. If you want to continue to talk about yourself like that, I'm going to go ahead and dip. Okay. Because I'm not going to sit here and stress to you how awesome you are. You ain't digging it. You ain't digging it. But I dig me. So I'm going to go ahead and leave, So, and then when it comes to myself, I don't call myself stupid. I don't call myself dumb. I don't call myself anything that is not a praise. Okay. Sometimes I do call myself silly. I'm not going to hold you, but that's just because you have to be transparent with yourself. Like, every decision I make is not the best decision. And I'm going to own that because I'm human and this is my first time in this life. So I do some silly things sometimes. I'll give you a prime example. Prime example. I took an L. Okay, let me tell you how this L came about. And it was a capital L. Okay. I went to a concert last week. And for those of you that follow me on my social media, Creme de Smooth, okay, best to smooth, Creme de Smooth on Instagram. You see that I went to a concert last week. And after that concert, something told me, so I packed all my stuff. I packed my microphone, I packed my ring light, my tripod, my flashcards, everything. Packed it, took it with me. I was just prepared for whatever to happen. I did not take it with me into the concert, but it was in my car. And then once I made it back to my car and I seen these 2 gentlemen walking out of the pizza parlor, and I was like, are you 2 a couple? Because they looked really nice together. I was like, wow, you guys really compliment each other. So I was like, are you 2 a couple? And they were like, yeah, we are. And I was like, oh my gosh, you look so good together. And they were like, oh, thank you. And then I was like, yeah. And they were still like kind of standing there. And I was just standing there. And I was like, oh, we're still standing here. And then they were like, oh, we thought you were like going to ask us a question because you know those videos on social media where people ask couples questions. And I said, oh no, I'm sorry. Did I get your hopes up? I didn't mean to. I just wanted to let you know that you guys look well together. What the beep? I had everything in the car. I was fully prepared for that moment. But because I've been in so many situations where only I had my mic, if only I had my stand, if only I had my ring light, I could XYZ. So I was so used to being so ill prepared to when I was fully prepared, I dropped the ball. And I had beat myself up for maybe about a day. And I was just like, how could you do that? Like, everything was in the car. Like, it was in the back seat. You could have pulled out the ring light, put it in your cigarette holder, put that out the window, set up your tripod, got the lighting that you needed. You had your mic, you had your cords, you were prepared. How did you drop the ball like that? And then I realized that it's okay. It is okay. Yes, that was my prime opportunity because I always said I wanted to try something like that. But I was like, people might not, want to stop and talk to me. That showed me that people are open and willing. And it's not even, it has nothing to do about me, especially if I'm coming to them cordially, nice and friendly. If y'all get an avant-garde video of just me asking strangers something, just know that that's what had happened. I seen a window and I jumped through it. So that was the first one. The first one is raise your standards, okay? You are worthy of high standards. And this does go back to dating. If you want a man of high value, you think that a man gonna want you when you easily fold on your own boundaries? If you fold on yourself, you'll fold on everybody else around you. Remember that. And the next one is going to be stop telling yourself. I don't know why I was thinking of stilts in my head at the same time. Stop lying to yourself. Okay, stop telling yourself stories. Okay, stop. Stop. Okay. This reminds me of back when summer was about to roll around and they were like, summer's about to get whatever body I put in this bathing suit. Stop accepting that and stop lying to yourself that you don't need to get in shape. Stop lying to yourself that you don't need to get in shape. You over here walking around with a stanky ass attitude. You're sitting here talking to people crazy, just floating through your life. You have no kind of grounding routine. You have nothing to pull you back down to earth. You have nothing to elevate you. Nothing going on in your life. You have no type of motion. Stop lying to yourself, telling yourself that you're that girl. Because at this very moment, you are not. You are not. And that's not to say that you can blink and change yourself into. That has nothing to do with that. People are so scared of change. You would rather lie to yourself and stay stagnant and stuck, whether it's comfortable or not. You'd rather lie to yourself, stay stagnant and stuck, than swallowing that teaspoon of baking soda. What am I talking about? What am I talking about right now? Who is swallowing a teaspoon of baking soda? I didn't even swallow a teaspoon of baking soda. Girl, get it together, boo. Instead, accept it. The first stage to transformation is acceptance. Accept where you are right now. This is going to be the #1 podcast in the world. This is going to be the #1 podcast in the world. And that is only because I accept where I am right now. I accept where I am right now because I know that this is going to be the #1 podcast in the world. Ya tu sabe, okay? Ya tu sabe. You already know. You know this, okay? You can see it. You can see it in my eyes. What's that song? You ain't gotta say too much from the look in your eyes. I can tell you wanna. And you ain't gotta call me your boo just as bad as you wanna. I wanna too. You know this. You see it. I see it. You know it. I know it. Are we that right now? No. But are we gonna be? Yes. Yes. Okay. But stop lying to yourself. Okay, it would be different if I was like, this is the #1 podcast in the world, Craig. We're not there yet. We're not there. I'm just excited for the journey. I'm going to look back on this moment and be like, dang, you know where I was just at? But look at me right now. That's going to be me. That already is me because looking at this versus me when I first moved out to LA, trying to get my feet wet is totally different from me with a foundation and some security and just the love of life. Okay, the love of life. So, quick recap. The first one was raise your standards for yourself very first, because this is about you. It's not about anybody else. Raise your standards for yourself. Second is going to be stop lying to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth, because you gotta say that 2 different ways so people get it. Be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. so that you can pass this and go to the next level. You are fully equipped and you are ready to go to that next level. I can 100% guarantee you, you're sitting there in idle. The only thing stopping you from where you're at and where you're going is you accepting where you currently are so that you know what that next step is. Once you accept where you currently are, you'll see where you've been, you'll see where you are, and then you'll see where you're going. But until then, you're just like, mm. The next thing that I did was get rid of all my dingy clothes. Girl, I got rid of all my dingy clothes. Everything that had a hole in it, everything that had a spot on it. And I don't know what it was, but with my old job, I would wash my clothes and it's like my underarms was still smell a certain type of way right out the dryer, but then they didn't when I would wear it, or like once it's not hot. It was just weird. So every shirt that gave me a funky whiff, threw it in the trash. Every pair of leggings that had a hole in it, threw it in the trash. Every pair of socks that was getting thin at the bottom, threw it in the trash. Get out of here, okay? I am making space for fresh new things constantly. So let's start off with those clothes, girl. This is very much a part of raising your standards. Raise them. Don't poo the messenger. Okay, I'm just the messenger. I'm trying to let you know what I did to get me feeling good because you look good. I want you to feel good just as much as I feel good because I look good. And if you think I don't, I know you lying to yourself. So go back to, number 2, stop lying to yourself. Throw them in the trash. You don't need them. Even for your pajamas, throw them away. I realized that I had to get rid of my pajamas that were dingy when I was always motivated to create content when I was either at home cooking or at home cleaning or doing a quick little workout. And then I watched the video back and be like, dang, my shirt, it looked like somebody grabbed me by the neck and like pulled me up and asked me a whole bunch of questions. Like, what? I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, So once I seen that, or I got tired of not being able to use that content because I didn't like the way that my clothes looked, I threw my pajamas away too. I probably got one pair of pajama pants. I got no shorts and probably about 3 shirts. Until I get more, that's just what I got. But I threw all that dirty, dingy, raggedy stuff away. I'm not putting it to the side, taking it to what's it called? Don't nobody else deserve those horrible looking clothes. Just throw them in the trash. The next practical thing that I did that really changed the ball for me, I'm in traffic, right? And then I fixed this one thing, and then I did a sharp 90 just by doing this. People started responding to me differently. People were more receptive to me. I was more receptive to myself. Did I feel a little goofy? Yeah, sometimes. I worked on my RBF, my resting face. I worked on that. Sometimes I used to feel goofy when I'd be standing there but that's just how I am. Like sometimes yeah, I used to be like this. They're like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm just listening. I'm literally just listening. I don't feel any type of way. I don't have any type of attitude. I'm just listening. That would be me. But now I'm just like, I just be chilling. And if you feel like I have an attitude or you get some kind of about me when I'm just sitting here like this, sucks to be you. Because literally I'm either disassociating or I'm fully attentive. So yeah, I worked on my RBF and I'm going to drop some hacks on things that I did to work on that. Girl, that stone, what's the one that I have? It's not emerald, but it looks like emerald, but it's still a stone, but it's not emerald. And what I do, I put on my moisturizer and then I go and I use this stone. It's the sculpting stone. I use this stone, and the first thing I did was like under my eyes, right under my cheeks to depuff my cheeks. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Didn't really notice anything. But then one day, I took that stone and I rubbed it over my eyebrow muscle, and it hurt so bad. Oh my gosh. Y'all know when your baby come over and you getting that massage right before it no longer is a massage, when they hit that tense spot, that's what it felt like on my eyebrow. So I went over, I said, oh my gosh. I said, that's why I have this scrunch right here, because my muscles and my eyebrows are so tense and so tight. So once I used that stone, I did it so hard. Tears were coming down because it hurt so bad. But I was just, girl, I got them muscles. I said, you gonna relax today. Then I got some more face cream and I just rubbed them. I was like, dang, okay. Ever since that day, I probably do it about once a week. Because when I was doing it every day, it wasn't satisfying anymore. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt as much as it did the first time. So I do it probably once a week. And I just go in and I get them dreams. Get out of here, stress. Get out of here, tenseness. Girl, when I tell you, me releasing tension in my forehead changed. Didn't I tell you something? Changed my life. Okay? Changed it. I'm telling you, don't take my word for it. Do it and see. Do it and see. Come back and let me know how you feeling after that. Okay? Do that. And then lastly, I kind of like these. And when I was brainstorming, I got like upwards of 20, 20 things that had just fell out of my mind onto the paper. So I'm going to be doing a part 2. Lastly is going to be stop second guessing your gut instincts. Okay? Stop. Your impulses, your gut instincts, your intuition, stop second guessing them. Let them flow and act upon them. Prime example. I noticed the other day, I was like, I was just sitting there doom scrolling. Oh gosh. And out of nowhere, I put my phone down and got up, went outside. Before I could even process what was going on, I had walked outside and I was going for a walk. Like, I couldn't even wrap my mind around it. I was just like, once it hit me, I was already like halfway down the street. I was like 4 houses down. And I was like, you're outside walking right now? And I was like, okay, well, you out here, might as well get a little jog in. Got me a little exercise. And once that happened, I was like, I'm really winning right now. I'm so winning because I am letting myself know that I trust my decision and I'm headed in the right direction. For me to just put my phone down, get up, head outside and start walking, it had let me know that I trust myself. I can now trust myself with making decisions because I know that the decisions I make are for my greater good. Even when you go and you get food, yeah, you might want to reach for the chips. If you don't get those chips, but you get a salad instead, be okay with that. Be okay with that. Yes, you're not getting that instant crunch, crunch, crunch. It's the crunch for me. I love a good crunch. Yes, you're not getting that satisfying crunch, but you're trading that for a mild crunch filled with water and some nutrition. Because chips don't have any nutrition. Just thinking about eating chips right now, because I used to sit and eat a bag just in one sitting. I don't want to keep thinking about chips, even though I'm thinking about the crunch of some chips. But yes, stop second guessing your impulses, because in the beginning, it's yourself testing yourself to see if you're ready. It starts off small. Let me organize my shoes real quick because I'm tired of looking at them. They've been like that for 2 days. I've been telling myself to do it. I feel the urge to do it right now. Let me just knock it out right now. Those little things will slowly but surely snowball into bigger things. By me going off my small impulses, then I now trust myself to get up and just go for a walk. Get up and just grab my Bible. Just read my 10 pages. To meditate, to eat something healthy, to drink some water. To drink some water, okay? Allow yourself to be trusted by yourself. That's all this is. All these things are allowing yourself, well, most of them are allowing yourself to be trusted by yourself. There are simple things that we can do, hence the 5 things that I just went over. These are very simple things, very, very simple things. Are you going to hurt your feelings sometimes? Yes, but I'd rather hurt my own feelings trying to figure out who I am versus me not knowing who I am and then an outsider coming along hurting my feelings because they see, they, I feel like they can see through me. Let me rephrase that. I rather hurt my own feelings due to me being openly honest and transparent with myself and learning and growing in who I am and getting a firm foundation of that person, me, versus somebody else that I have no idea who they are, or I have an idea, or I know them, it doesn't matter, but something outside of me coming along and hurting my feelings by telling me about myself because you you can see it but I can't see it, all because I was scared to be honest with myself. Stop allowing outsiders to hurt your feelings. They're only hurting your feelings because they're telling you something about yourself that, one, isn't true but you feel like it's true, or two, something that you've known but you've been avoiding. Okay? Throw those raggedy opinions that other people have casted upon you because they were unsure of themselves in the trash right along with those raggedy clothes. And that's all I have to say. That is all for this current episode. And we're just going to go back over them again because I've listened to things before and I was like, what did they say in the beginning? It doesn't matter. I'm going to say this right now. So the first thing is raise your standards for yourself. We're not even talking about other people right now, baby, because we're locked in right here. We're locked in right here. Raise your standards for yourself. Just pick one and play with it. The next one is going to be stop lying to yourself. Be honest. Tell yourself the truth so that you can get to that next level, baby, because I'm waiting for you. Give me your hand. I'm waiting for you. Okay. The next one is going to be get rid of all those dingy, dirty clothes. Throw them away. Next one is going to be fix your rbfs. Women want to say, oh, my face is just like this. Well, fix it. You need to be aware of what's going on with your face. Are your muscles tense? Okay. Are your, is your jawline sore because you're constantly clenching your jaw and grinding your teeth? Be aware of that. And it's not for anybody else that sees you, it's for you, because just as much as people put their perceptions of who they think you are onto you, you're also putting your perception of who you think you are onto other people. Okay, so fix that RBF, girl. You too pretty to be walking around looking mean. Mean girls don't get nowhere. Stern we could do. Mean and hostile, absolutely not. You're so much better than that. You are so worthy of more than a scrunched up face. Relax your muscles and let them features shine, girl. Get real. Next and very last for this current episode is stop second guessing your impulses. Trust yourself to make the right decision. Trust yourself, because God got you. Whether you make a right decision or a wrong decision, God got you. But make it a little easier on him by trying to make the right decisions. Or if you do make wrong decisions, let them not be catastrophic. Okay. That was 5 practical things that I have done to tap into my femininity. If you enjoyed this episode, I welcome you to like the video, like the podcast, give it a rating, comment, let me know what you pick and play with for these next couple days, week, what have you. Let me know and share the video, because just as much as you are amazing and worthy, as is the people around you. So share the video, let them know that there are small things that you can do to tap into your femininity as well. I welcome you to the community and I look forward to spending so much more time with you. I would like to thank everybody that has listened, that will listen, and most importantly, everybody that is currently listening. And that concludes this episode of the And So It Is podcast. I look forward to seeing you next time, and enjoy yourself, you beautiful, beautiful thing. Bye bye.